alaikum. So last year during Ramadan was the first time that I ever prayed. I learned to pray. I was working full-time at a job at the same exact time. And I remember the first day that I was fasting. It was my first Ramadan. And I was praying the 5 prayers and I was fasting on this day. And I remember walking home after Asr, like before iftar. And I was fasting and I was like praying. And the emotions just hit me. They just hit me out of nowhere. And I was like, at this time I could feel myself and my connection to Allah growing closer. And this was like the first day. So I just prayed now again, and Ramadan's coming up and it's bringing back all of these beautiful memories, guys. And I'm so excited and I'm so grateful and I'm so positive and I'm so hopeful, and I just cannot wait for Ramadan to begin because it's gonna be the best time ever.
Here's how I intend to prepare for Ramadan mentally. Not the abayas, not the planners, not the food checks, none of that. Here's how I'm mentally going to prepare for Ramadan 2026, inshallah. If you're new here, I'm Macy, an American Muslim revert, trying to inspire the girlies to live as their highest selves through faith, fitness, fashion, and freedom. Ramadan 2025 was my first Ramadan, Alhamdulillah, as a Muslim revert. I had fasted years past, not as a Muslim, but 2025 was my first one as a Muslim revert, Alhamdulillah. And I went into it with the sole intention of just being able to fast and do it, and giving myself grace because it was my first time. This year, I'm going into it with the intention to embrace Ramadan spiritually and mentally. And what I mean by that is just totally immersing myself in the Ramadan vibes, Taraweeh, charity, all of the things that are essential to Ramadan. Not just abayas, not just iftar parties, not just planners. Although all of those things are fun and I will be engaging in all of those things, I need to always bring my attention back to the true meaning of Ramadan.
And this is your sign to get back on your deen now. Don't wait until Ramadan to start doing everything. It's important that you start practicing the deen better now. And it's going to be easier for you in Ramadan, and you won't feel guilty during the first day. You won't feel like, oh, why am I struggling to do this that I should be doing, or that I said I'll do during Ramadan. It's because you have to do it before as well, because else it's going to be really difficult for you. So, yeah, inshallah.
If you are not Muslim and you have any kind of interest in religion, Islam, or even if you don't, to be honest, I would highly encourage you to take part in Ramadan. I took part in Ramadan 3 times before I even became a Muslim, and it's honestly just such a rewarding experience. I would encourage anybody to do it. The first year I took part was in 2023, and at this point I literally knew next to nothing about Islam. So the only part of Ramadan that I was actually doing was the fasting, so not eating from dawn until dusk, basically, not drinking water or chewing gum or anything like that in these daylight hours. And I think that year I also knew that you weren't really supposed to listen to music during Ramadan, so I cut back on that as well. But other than that, I did not really know any of the rules. Like, there was no pressure on me to be perfect in doing all of it. I just kind of took this month as a chance to work on my self-control and to just improve myself as a person, and so that I could empathize with the Muslim community. And as someone who is now Muslim, I know now that I got things wrong at the time. For example, I fasted on my period, which you're not supposed to do. That makes the fast invalid. And I wasn't praying or anything like this or making dua when I broke my fast, but it didn't matter because I wasn't Muslim. It wasn't a religious obligation for me then. It was just something that I wanted to do. And honestly, when you're not eating and drinking in the day, and bear in mind this was a few years ago, so the daylight hours were longer than they are now, it gives you so much time to work on yourself, and it gives you space to self-reflect. I don't know what it is about the experience, but it is such a good thing for your self-improvement. And if you're feeling at the moment like you want to take a month to work on yourself or to focus on your family, on your work, on a business or something, I would highly recommend taking part in Ramadan, because for some reason it just gives you a level of focus that you don't normally experience. And it's also a really good experience to detox your body. So I didn't really drink that much in uni anyway, but I didn't drink at all during Ramadan. So if you're a non-Muslim who's looking to break any sort of bad habits, again, Ramadan is the answer for you. The second year I took part, I only fasted for 10 days instead of the whole month because I was going traveling. And I did know that there was like concessions when it comes to traveling for Muslims. But also I just I wasn't Muslim. Like, I didn't put that pressure on me. So if you are thinking about taking part in Ramadan, you don't have to do it for the whole month. Like, if you're not Muslim, you don't have to do it for the whole month. Maybe you could try it for a week. Maybe you could just try it for a few days. What I'm trying to say is there's no pressure to commit to a whole month. And then the third time that I took part in Ramadan as a non-Muslim was last year. And this was kind of the transformative spiritual experience for me. I was already very interested in Islam by this point. And during Ramadan, I still wasn't praying until right at the very, very end of the month. But I was reading the Quran every morning at the same time that Fajr would be. And I was just learning a lot, researching. At the end of the month, I ended up going to the mosque and meeting other revert sisters. That was kind of the transformative Ramadan for me. I don't know, I don't even know how my first time as a natural Muslim is going to rival that, because honestly, that month was just like amazing. So if you are at all interested in Islam or you're thinking about reverting, please take part in Ramadan. Like, honestly, you will not regret it. It's such an amazing experience, and it might be the thing that pushes you to take your Shahada or to make those lifestyle changes. And if you have no interest in Islam whatsoever, I still encourage you to take part because it's just a good experience. It's good for your body, it's good for your mind and your focus. Especially in these trying times, I think it can be a good experience to break any prejudices that people have and just try and understand the community on a deeper level if that's something that you're interested in.
So it's just over a week away until Ramadan, and it's just gone crazy quick. Signs of the end of times, right? But yeah, if I could be honest about my preparation and how it's gone, it's been a struggle. I've done lots of extra reading and learning and focused on being consistent with how I'm getting better with my knowledge and obviously posting content. But as far as fasting, it's been very difficult. I have struggled with this, especially with the amount of work I'm doing on my business on the side. But either way, may Allah make it easy for all of us that are prepping and making sure that this next week puts us in the best position to have the best Ramadan. This will actually be my 5th Ramadan now, and every single time I've done Ramadan, I've always had major takeaways, learning points, and it's just renewing myself, being a better Muslim every single year. It's crucial, and so could not be any more thankful for the timing, and may we all get to experience Ramadan for those of us that are new Muslims, current Muslims, and I invite any non-Muslim to try it as well. Trying fasting, you'll notice how much importance that we put on food, upon our desires. It's always bringing crazy and learning points and takeaways. So let's have a great Ramadan. Really looking forward to it, inshallah.